got to stand up strong, think the truth about themselves, to understand what went wrong. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way to stand up, stand up, stand up, in the rapper world today.
Uniting the races with truth instead of dividing them with lies. We're also rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. I am Jesse Lee Peterson. Good morning. Hi, y'all. Welcome to the show. I hope you had an amazing weekend. An amazing weekend. I did. The weather was good in LA. It was like California weather. High 70s, low 80s one day, I think, at least out in the valley. But high 70s. You can even ride with your air conditioner on or with the windows down. Isn't that amazing? And you needed no jacket for a minute. That's how amazing it was. By the way, you can get involved by calling 888-7753, 773, 888-77-JESSE, Jesse, Jesse. We have every way that you can what do you mean by that, Sean? Oh, okay. I'm talking to my producer. We have every way that you can watch and support the show listed on JesseLeePeterson.com/show. JesseLeePeterson.com/show. And if you're too busy to sit and watch the show, for whatever reason, you know you can podcast, but you could be listening. Whether you're getting carjacked or smash and grab or someone trying to take your dog downtown L.A., and they put the dog in the car, and you stand in front of the car, and they hit you, and you end up on the hood of the car trying to save your dog, and then you call, oh, I'm trying to save my baby. You can still be listening to the show. Why are you trying to save your dog, and you're calling your dog a baby? You could be listening to the show by calling the listen line 641 793-1500, 641-793-1500. Follow us on social media. Follow us on social media. All right? We're on rumble.com/Jesse Lee Peterson and cozy.tv/JLP. Cozy.tv/JLP. Cozy.tv, where Christ is King/JLP. And to donate and have your comments read out loud, go to buymeacoffee.com/JLP, buymeacoffee.com/JLP, or rebuildtheman.com, rebuildtheman.com. All right? It's Monday. It is Monday. And every Monday is Female Monday.
I like to make men uncomfortable.
All my life I had to fight.
Let women take over.
Some of us believe that women are getting paid less than men.
I proudly say I'm a feminist. Thank you.
Deep in their soul, they want to be home with those babies. We've been lied to for so long.
Are you saying I don't have it?
Not yet, not yet.
But how come I see it?
No, you have it in the packet. I don't have the clip of it.
Of what?
The clip that pops up for the biblical question?
Oh, I see.
I don't have that yet.
Oh, okay.
So you can read it, but I don't have the clip yet.
Okay. Is it working, Gerald? I just tested it. They're trying to find out if my cough button is working. What do you say, Gerald? It's not working. Oh, okay. Thank you. Cough button not working, so I may cough. You be like, if you did not catch, for whatever reason, the fellowship on yesterday at rebuildingtheman.com/church, or you were not there in person, you can podcast it. I can't find the words to express how amazing it was, except for I'll use these words, but it doesn't express it, right? I use the words amazing, wonderful, marvelous, more than the eyes can see or the mind imagine. It was, I never know how the Sunday morning meetings are going to go. And so I just go, and as I'm talking or quote unquote teaching, for a better word, I'm learning myself. It was, the Lord was up in there. It was amazing. And to the ladies of the Bond Fellowship, stay with it, stay with it, stay with it. I mentioned yesterday in the opening something like, I talk to a lot of women now in counseling and when I'm out and about, and they're asking, what am I supposed to do if my husband don't work or he doesn't work enough to take care of us, me and the children? What am I supposed to do? And I say to them, don't hate him. Don't hate him. Don't be angry about it. It's enough to see it, ladies, but don't be angry. And that way you won't be afraid, because a lot of these women are concerned, well, if he wasn't around at all, what am I going to do? I can't take care of myself. I have children and blah, 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 right? And I tell them, don't worry about that. Don't go into anger so you won't go into worrying. And that you should get to know yourself so you can start trusting truth, trusting love, trusting what's right, trusting God. And God is all those things. And if you do that without being angry at him, it's enough to see that he's just in the way. He's not provided, right? He's a male in the way. But if you start trusting truth, and because the truth is so powerful, almighty, all providing, all love, all clear, all everything, it'll make a way for you out of your situation. Do not freak out, and a way will be made if you put that first. Seek the kingdom of what's right, and all will be added to you, ladies. Really, it really, because I know a lot of ladies are ending up with no good men now who are unwilling to take care of them. And then there are situations where men are willing to work and take care of their family, and the women are no good. They're just about themselves. They destroy the children. So it goes both ways. But for those women who want to be right, want to be a good wife and mother to the man's children, work on you. Don't argue with him. Don't try to make him do what he knows he should be doing. And to the men, as I said yesterday in the opener, you have a God-given responsibility to take care of your wife and children. As the wife has a God-given responsibility to take care of her husband and children at home, in the home. And men, you should be out working. Don't worry about a stupid, dumb degree. You can make money doing whatever it is you're doing, just having a job and doing what you're doing. And inwardly, you have the responsibility to provide for your wife and children. And it's already inside of you to do it. When you were born, you have everything already in you to provide. Unfortunately, if I can use that word, a lot of mothers today have destroyed that nature of the sons. They tell the sons, oh, I'll take care of you. You can stay home and save money. You can this. And they stop the natural development of what's inside the man when he grow of age. And now he's dependent on the mother and other women to take care of them. But men, you have it already inside of you. And I use it just as an example. When I was growing up, the fathers and the mothers made sure that the boys worked. Bill, they say this button is not working.
Right.
Are you working on it? You don't need it?
I'm working on it.
Oh, okay. I'll talk to my engineer. And they say they made sure we worked without making a big deal. They worked, so we worked. And when we grew of age at 18, we were out of there because we were not afraid that we would not be able to take care of ourselves. They didn't say, oh, stay home after 18 and save money so you can do this or do that. They made it, by example, they did it, so we did it. And at 18, we left home. Any male that lives at home after 18 years of age is pitiful. Your mother has destroyed you, and your father have allowed it to happen. That they don't love you. But you have an obligation given to you by God, given to you by God to take care of your wife and children. Now, you don't have to get married to have a wife and children. You don't have to. But if you're going to take that step, take it with a sense of responsibility. So many women are suffering and afraid because they married in the way men that are not worth a dime. Isn't that amazing? What a mess. And men, you need to know that your wife needs you to be the light. Not a dictator in the wrong way, but the light. So she can see her way to go and how to raise your children. So you can stand between her and your children to make sure that their natures are not destroyed with the anger of the mother. Isn't that amazing? They need you. If you're going to make children with them, they need you. Now, I know a lot of women have been deceived, to believe that they're equal to men and they can do what a man can do, or they can have babies and go to work and all that. That's not a wife or a mother. That woman is on an ego trip. No matter what you did, men, she would never make for a good wife or mother. It just ain't gonna happen. The women of Bond are working on themselves, and it's amazing to see it, because Christ came that all may change. All may return to the Father. And every human being on this side of heaven, if you want peace, you got to return to the Father. There's no way out. There is no way around it, and there's no way out. For an example, New York Post. If this story is true, and it seemed to be, this woman lacked leadership from either her father, or if she's married, from her husband or the baby's daddy. The baby's daddy. And she cannot see the right way to go. This is from the New York Post. A Mississippi mother, they say mom. How come they say mom now instead of mother? Mom sounds like love. Mom sounds more real when it's fake. But anyway, a Mississippi mother who touted her shivering toddler dressed only in drapes. Let me start over. Sorry, I'm black. A Mississippi mom, I'll read the way they wrote it. Mississippi mom who touted her shivering toddler dressed only in diapers around Walmart in below freezing temperature was arrested. And the child only had on diapers, was arrested. One employee claimed they were fired for posting the clip to social media. Watch this from TikTok and CBS.
Felicia Darling said something to the mother, as did a male customer. Here's some of the interaction.
He came in here without that jacket on. Yeah, he did. That baby just had a pamper on. That's all he got on. He's sitting there shaking down. I can't. Yeah, don't do that. Somebody call police. No, what's wrong with you? Somebody call police on her. Who are you? Lower my voice. Lower your voice. Who are you? Get out that man. Get out that man, please. Crazy. What the hell? Somebody call the police on her.
A customer in a riding shopping cart purchases an outfit for the boy and dresses him while the mother flips through her phone. 26-year-old Cambria Darby was arrested and charged with child neglect. Byram police say Darby has bonded out.
It's working? Oh. She black with attitude. She is yearning for a father's love. As I said yesterday in the fellowship, all black people, there's not one exception, are yearning for a father. The anger that they have, the attitude that they have, the men and the women, are the attitudes of their mothers, which is of the devil. That woman is a typical example of that. Look how she was acting. Shaking her butt around, not caring, attitude with the people that pretend to care. Isn't that amazing? My first question about that, should those people have gotten involved at all? Or should they have just let this woman do whatever she wants to her baby? It's her baby. Should they have gotten involved? First question. And the New York Post is reporting that after she was released from jail. This black female, after she was released from jail, Darby defended the way she parented her children. She defended the way she parented her children. She wrote in a Facebook post, "I have pictures of every meal I've cooked them. This defamation of character is hurting my heart." Yeah, right. What character is hurting my heart? She meant to write defamation, but she wrote defamation. Deformation. She black. And black people are not expected to spell right or speak correctly or write correctly. Anyway, New York Post, Darby compared her treatment inside the Walmart last week to Jesus. They treated me like they treated Jesus. They did Jesus the same way. Can you imagine Jesus was pushing a baby around on a cold market on a cold day with just diapers on and the people yelling at Jesus? She said they treated her the way they treat Jesus. She goes on to say he felt sick to the stomach as well. He didn't want to go through it. Did she want to go through it? The New York Post goes on to say the family of the woman arrested says she's a good mom. A good mom. They are protecting her as well. They're defending her action. She's a good mom. Darby's great aunt said sometimes kids can be difficult, not wanting to put their clothes on. And maybe she was in a rush to pick up something. The great aunt, according to this story, are making excuses for it as well. Should the people of the market gotten involved with what this woman was doing? Was it their business? Should they have gotten involved? Should they have gotten involved? Isn't that amazing? She is comparing her what happened to Jesus. To Jesus. Is this a story where someone posted, Sean? Where is that? I don't see it here.
What are you looking for?
I'm sorry?
What are you looking for?
Just. Okay. Oh, okay. Amazing. So should the people in that market got involved? Should they have just watched it and not got involved? As I mentioned, one of the employees claimed they were fired for posting the clip to social media. Should the employee have posted the incident online? She got fired, according to the story, for posting it online, what was happening with that woman and her child. And what was the purpose of that employee posting it online? What was that employee motivation? Was she trying to get some likes, clicks? or whatever. Because why did she put it online? It didn't help that woman in any way. It wasn't her business. It was she was working at that job. How did she know her boss wanted her to post it online? What a mess. What a mess. Here's more mess. And all for it to be online. It's amazing how what the ego would do to stroke itself, to get a thrill, to be excited or feel excitement. Even anger to a lot of people feel like excitement. Amazing. What a mess. Black people, your issues are not racism. That's a lie. Your issues are you must forgive your mothers. Go to the busy phones. Rosario, a first-time caller out of New York. Rosario, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Good morning, Jesse. How are you today?
All is well. How are you?
Same. All is well. No
Good.
complaints.
Amazing.
I just wanted to call and tell you thank you for all the work that you're doing. It's really helped me personally a lot. It's allowed me to speak truth and tell my family truth. Doesn't mean that they always can hear it. They don't always have the eyes to see it or the ears to hear it. But I've had more, I've had more hell around me at this moment in my life than probably ever. But I've never been at more peace in my life than right now. And it's all because the silent prayer, letting go of the thoughts, letting go of the anger, letting go of the judgment. And I don't know how else to say it, but thank you. Thank you for your work, and I just really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Stay with it. Stay with it. If you stay with it, it only gets better and clearer and loving, and it's perfect. So stay with it, all right?
Thank you, Jesse. I really appreciate it, and you have a blessed day.
You too, buddy. Amazing. Stay with it. Stay with it. Work on you. You are responsible for you, and no one else is. Will is a first-time caller out of Tennessee. Will, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hey, good morning, Jesse. Thank you so much for talking to me.
Yes, sir.
So the issue that I'm having, my younger brother went through a divorce last year, and since then his life has pretty much completely fallen apart. He's moved back in with our parents. He's 28 years old, and he is extremely depressed. There's alcoholism involved, and I know from personal experience, because I'm a recovering alcoholic myself, that there's nothing I can do for him to help him at all, really, and it's getting to the point where I don't really know how else to, I don't know how to explain this to my family, and I don't know how to, because what they're doing with him, they're enabling him to keep going the way he is. And they don't see that. And he's been there for almost a year, and things have only gotten worse.
Hold on, Will. Let me take a quick break, and I'll come right back to you. Hold on. 888-7753-773. Back in a moment. You can't run from evil within yourself or outside of self. You got to deal with it. And you need good in order to deal with evil. And God is good. You need to return to the Father And you'll see within you, he will fight the battle for you. And he will fight it without, because he will show you how to deal with it. And you will have no fear. Love God with all your heart, all your soul, all your might, along with nothing else. Nothing else means yourself, your children, your wife, your things, your ego, your reputation, and all that. You can't care about any of that. The children of anger will use it to control you. But if you love God, he will renew your mind, and none of those things will be before him. And so when they go after you, oh, well, you may take my body, you may take my things, but you're not going to take my soul. And that's a true reality. Okay, folks, welcome back. 888-7753-773. 888-77-JESSE. The Hake report is coming up at 9 a.m. this morning, Pacific time. From 9 to 11 a.m., thehakereport.com. And at 11, right after the Hake report, Joel Friday TV, he black. Joel Friday TV at 11 a.m. He's here Monday through Thursday now, not just Tuesdays. Joel Friday TV. And at 12 noon, the American Anchor Baby. The American Anchor Baby. At 12 noon. Did you catch it this weekend? Didn't you catch it? It was at 4 p.m. on Friday. Let me go back to Will. And Will's brother has, according to Will, broke up with his wife. He addicted to alcohol, I guess. He's living with his parents again. And Will, your concern is what?
So my concern is that the more I try to help him and fix him, the more it's gonna destroy me in my life. And I'm also concerned for the family that my brother is living with. He's living with my parents who are elderly, and the hell that he is putting them through, they don't really seem to see it. And at this point, I don't know how else to show them that what he is living in a destructive way, and they're enabling him to do it. And I think my question is how best to make peace with the fact that I can't change any of this.
Are you your brother's keeper?
No, sir, I'm not.
Then why are you involved one iota of a bit?
Well, he's my younger brother, and I love him, and I've always been the one he looks up to, and I've always been there for him throughout his life. But this is where the buck stops in terms of me just beating my head against a wall to try to figure out a way to do it, and I can't seem to.
And so why are you involved one iota of a bit?
Yeah, just because historically I have in the past, but I know
when will you
not
stop playing mama with him? You're as bad as the mama that he's living with. What's the difference in you, mama, and his mama that he's now living with?
You're absolutely right.
No, that was a question.
Well, the biggest one is that I always thought that I was being harder on him. I always thought that I was being more strict with him because our mother is not strict with him at all.
What gives you the right, though, to be hard on him or strict? Well, why don't you move out of the way and let him go through whatever it is he got to go through? Why not let him suffer? Who are you that you can save someone? You can't even save yourself.
That's true.
So who are you that you think you can save someone?
Yeah, that's a newer part of myself that I'm trying to get past.
Why don't you work on you and overcome the ego? You're treating him just like your mother because you are your mother. Why don't you work on you and overcome that mama identity within you?
Mm-hmm. I think I definitely need to.
I'm asking, why don't you?
Well, I only recently just discovered your channel, and I did the silent prayer this morning for the first time. And being able to look at things from the perspective of self-destructiveness is very new to me, and but it's something that I want to get after as much as I can.
Have you gone and forgiven your mother for recreating you in her image?
Yes, I have.
Oh, you told her?
Yes, I have.
And what did you say to her?
I just told her that she, in no uncertain terms, that she made my life more difficult down the line by what she did or what she didn't do. And that it was, I knew she was trying her best because I was raised in a Christian household, but it made my life tougher, and I resented her for a really long time, but that I had ultimately forgiven her for it.
And did you forgive your father for not protecting you from her?
I absolutely did, yes.
And so why don't you go and just live your life and let your parents suffer their hell and let your brother suffer his hell and stop playing God?
Yes, that's what I need to do.
I'm asking you, why don't you do it?
Well, we've been a really close-knit family.
No, you haven't.
My whole life.
But you haven't because you have not, if you guys were close-knit, you would not be trying to save your brother from his hell. Your mother would not have separated you from your father. You wouldn't be having the issues you're having.
I see. Well, I guess I would say that I thought we had been close-knit.
I understand that, yeah.
And involved in each other's lives a lot. And so this is me taking a step back from the family is very new for me.
Right.
I'm 40, and
you're 40?
Very, very, yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
And my brother's 28, and he's my baby brother, and I've been used to being present around my family and him, but learning how to get back and take steps back and disentangle myself from the family is a very new thing for me.
I do want to tell you that, and anyone really, not just you, but anyone that gets involved in someone else's life and try to save them and think they have the power to do it is an evil person. You're causing more damage to him than Satan himself because you're pretending that you can save him when you can't even save yourself. If you notice, God let people suffer until they are ready to overcome their hell. And you should allow your brother, your mother, your father, your sister, whatever. You should allow them to suffer until they're ready to turn to the Father. You have nothing to do with that. That's not your responsibility. You are not your brother's keeper, and your brother is not a baby. Your brother loves his misery. That's why he's not working on overcoming it. He loves his hell. And he doesn't appreciate you trying to save him from it.
No. If anything, it probably makes him resent me more.
It does, which causes him to go deep into his hell. And he'll blame you for that.
Yeah, I think he probably already does.
So why don't you just wish them well and go on, work on you and live your life?
That's pretty much what I thought you'd say. I just needed to hear it.
And all those thoughts and emotions that you're having about it, oh, I feel so bad for them. He's been enabled, and he's making my parents suffer more by being there. They're elderly people. All that is ego. It's not love.
Mm-hmm.
It's hate. It's not love.
I think I get it. I just needed to hear it from you.
I recommend do what you want, but I recommend you work on you. You are your world, and you are responsible for what happens in your world. And you'll be fine if you just work on you and let everybody else suffer that love their hell. They have a right to stay in their hell, and you don't have a right to, for 1 minute, try to bring them out of it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have that right. You're not God. And even God doesn't impose. So back off and go live your life.
Yeah, that sounds good to me, Jesse. I appreciate it.
And your parents, they love that your brother's there. They love that he's bringing a lot of problems into their home. They love the misery. That's why they have him there. They love that. They would not be happy if he wasn't there.
Why do you think that they love the misery that he brings there?
Because they love their hell. They love judging your brother. They love the hell they feel. It's a thrill for them. They love it. That's why they're there, because if they didn't love it, he wouldn't be there.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have a right to try to stop your parents from their misery.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, I don't think I do.
Move on and live your life, man. And don't let your brother interfere with your life, because out of your emotions, which are not your own, they're evil emotions, you'll bring him into your life and he'll destroy you too.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely see that. All right. Well, hey, Jesse, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you.
You're welcome. Stay with the prayer, watch, and live your life.
Will do. Thanks, sir.
All right, buddy. 888-7753-773. That's that line open. You want to jump in there? Shantaria, a first-time call out of Texas. Shantaria, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hi, Jesse. Good morning. How are you?
All is well. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I cannot complain. It's such a pleasure to talk to you. I've been to your service before, but this is my first time calling in. I wanted to call in about business. I've been a business owner for about 4 years, but the business has been open for about 17. It's a community mental health here in Texas that my dad started. So this is all very new for me. I've always been employed, but never been a business owner. So this is just quite different for me. And as a woman, I think it's kind of hard for me to lead, and I'm just not understanding what direction to go in.
Are you a part of your father's business now?
Correct.
Why did you get involved?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. I figured I had to come back and help.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know.
Did he ask you to come and help?
No, he didn't.
Well, you deserve what you're getting because you had no business getting involved in his business. That's why you don't know what to do, because you impose your will upon him again. Don't you think, or do you think, that had he wanted you in it, he would have invited you?
Yeah, I think so. I was here before, prior to me moving to California.
Right.
And it was just so much hell going through it then.
You loved it so much you went back to it?
so.
You
I
did.
guess
You went
so.
back to hell. It was hell while you were there. You left because it was hell, and then you went back to the hell.
It sounds so bad.
It ain't good.
Oh, Jesse. Like I said, I came back just wanting to help my family.
They didn't ask you to come help them. You're not God. Why did you do that? You had your own life going. Why not just live your life? When you get this idea that you can help somebody?
No clue.
From the devil.
Yeah.
All ego. So you're getting what you deserve. Playing God. You listened to the devil and went right back into your hell. The devil's like, you know what? They need you. Even though it was hell when you were there, go back and help. And you're like, okay, devil, my life is too good in California. I'm going back and help. You're never supposed to go backwards in life. Whenever you look back, you turn to dust, stone.
That's true. That's true.
What a mess, huh?
It is. Jesse, I don't even know why I'm crying right now.
That's fine. Let it flow. Don't judge it.
Yeah. You're so right.
You got to stop listening to the thoughts and emotions. All thoughts are all lies all the time about anything. The intellect is evil. The intellect hate God. It's of your father, the devil. And did you notice that the laughing and the crying are both thrills?
They are. I did notice that.
Yeah, you feel good laughing.
Yep.
And then you felt good crying. Those are the things you have to overcome. And you overcome them not by judging yourself, but by watching the not you that's inside of you. You just watch it. Are you doing the silent prayer every morning, every night?
I'm not, Jesse, no.
Well, suffer and die. What's the... No, what are you in? We're back to hell.
Yep.
Why?
I don't know how to...
Why did you... Go ahead. You don't know how to what?
I don't know what to do from here. I really don't, Jesse. I just, I want to do well. I want to do well, and I want the business, and I want to be here. I just don't know how to be consistent with it.
Because you should not be going with what you want. You should be still and be guided and let life happen for you. It'll happen on its own. Because what you want and what I want and what others want is never right.
True. That's true.
And that's why you have to do the prayer so you can come out of the thoughts. The imagination is evil, and you'll find yourself doing what you were meant to do in life. It'll happen naturally. And the first thing is that you're meant to live and have a life, just live, and things just work out. But you won't do the prayer. Why don't you do the prayer every morning and night?
It's just not consistent.
Why not?
This has been something I've been working on my whole life, just not being consistent with things.
But how are you expected to have paradise on earth if you don't put seeking the kingdom first?
Hmm. Again, that's a good question. I don't know.
Yesterday I said in the fellowship to the ladies, they have to do exactly what the men have to do if they want to be free. All must be born again of the Father. And all the way that's going to happen is that you're going to have to lay your weapon down, put first the kingdom of God, and I'm telling you, He will lead you. Without you realizing, your life would just be naturally happening without your efforts. But you got to want for nothing. Our theme this year is to want for nothing.
Makes a lot of sense.
You got to come out of imagination. Do the silent prayer. And right now, the situation you're in, right? Don't resent it. Don't get in your head about it. Well, you're already in your head about it, but come out of it and just see it for what it is. Start with the silent prayer, and the power of God, the Father, will work out. He will take you out of that situation by making it better or showing you a way out of it to something else. Don't regret it. Don't judge yourself. Don't judge them. Just realize, you know what? I made a stupid mistake coming back here. But don't judge it. And just get up and go to work and take one step at a time and watch the thoughts. And it'll work out. It'll be worked out for you. Because God loves you. He's not turned against you at all. You've just been listening to all human beings are possessed until they overcome it. So you're possessed by the devil and you've been listening to him. That's all. But don't make it a big deal.
Yeah. And I think that's what I've been doing, is making it a big deal.
Yeah. Don't. See it for what it is. You see that, it was a mistake. You knew that because you left there. You left it because it was not working. But you ended up back. Don't judge it. Don't judge you. Just see it for what it is. Get up and do what you need to do. Stay with this. We'll start doing the silent prayers. Stay with it. I'm repeating myself, but you will see your way out of it. It'll be made for you.
I definitely believe that, Jesse. I was doing the silent prayer consistently for a while, and I just stopped doing it, Life just, again, that consistency thing.
Yeah. Well, don't even judge that anymore, right?
Yeah.
Don't let the devil keep reminding you, oh, you're not able to be consistent. It's not you. That's not you at all. That was still the fake you, not you. So just start doing it, and don't keep saying that about yourself either.
Makes sense.
So here's what I recommend. Do the silent prayer. Get up and go to work and do whatever you can around it. Don't argue with them about it. And then if you don't want to be there or it's not meant for you to be there, you'll find your way out of the situation. It will work out one way or another if you stay present.
That's true. Thank you, Jesse. I really appreciate you.
You're welcome. But let me know how it goes, all right?
I will.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Don't worry about it. It'll work out.
I believe that.
Okay.
Thank you, Jesse.
You're welcome. 888-7753. 773. 888-77-JESSE. Let me take a quick break, and I'll be back in a moment. 2 more hours to go. Back in a moment. Now, I totally disagree with the way things are going, but you can't be angry because that's what the enemy wants. He wants to control you. They do things to make you mad so they can control you. It's like being married. And the wife would do things to make you mad, or she'll do things to make you feel good. And men do that to women too when they want something from the woman, especially sex. They'll make her feel good or they'll make her angry. And the woman's gonna have to say, you don't want to be angry. You want to speak up. You want to disagree with what's going on. It's wrong, but do not be angry. Then you won't have fear. You won't have doubt. You won't have worries. You'll be able to see, but you got to stay away from anger. That's why you must forgive your mothers and your fathers so that you can overcome the spirit of anger. It's a spirit and it's wicked. Nothing good in anger because it has no love, folks. You need love to defeat evil. And love is not a weakness. It's a strength. It's from God. It's His nature.
Biden got some troops killed, American troops, in the Middle East. Now he wants to get even more involved with war. Typical. An invasion, meanwhile, in America is out of control. Mayorkas, Biden, and the bipartisans pretending to care. Trump says no. This is the end of hour 1 of the Jesse Lee Peterson Show. It is Female Monday, January 29th, AD 2024. Stay tuned for hour 2. JLP will be right back to your calls. There is one line open. You can call in right now during Hake News, Not Fake News. Joe Biden lied and the U.S. military died. Commie Nonsense Network, CNN, and the far-left female-run outlet The Skim report a drone strike killed 3 U.S. service members in Jordan. Yesterday, President, quote-unquote, Biden claimed without citing evidence that Iranian-backed militants used a drone to strike a U.S. base outpost along the Jordanian-Syrian border, killing 3 troops and injuring dozens more, like 30-ish. On Sunday, marks the first time U.S. troops have been killed since the start of the Israel-Hamas war drama. Biden is vowing to retaliate, of course, saying that while they don't have all the facts, we know it was carried out by radical Iranian-backed groups called the Islamic Resistance in Iraq. Something like that. Oh, we know it was Iran-backed military groups operating in Syria and Iraq. An umbrella group for the Iranian-backed groups called the Islamic Resistance in Iraq claimed responsibility. Iran reportedly said they had no connection to the attack. They were not involved. Over the weekend, by the way, at least 9 countries, including the United States, paused funding for the UNRWA, cutting off funding to the main UN agency for Palestinians in Gaza, following allegations, RWA, refugee war, I don't know. Following allegations that 12 of the agency's employees' staff members were involved in the October 7th Hamas attack on Israel. The UN is investigating and said any UN employee involved in acts of terror will be held accountable. Tough talk, huh? Dumb. The pause in funding comes as 87% of Palestinians reportedly rely on that agency for humanitarian aid. They're not self-sufficient. The agency could start to reel in their services by the end of the week if funding isn't restored. The U.S. has had to walk a fine line to avoid escalating conflict. Not able to do it. Joe Biden can't walk a straight line. Invasion in America. Alejandro Mayorkas' job is under the microscope. So reports the far-left female-run outlet The Skim. Yesterday, House Republicans announced 2 articles of impeachment against the Homeland Security Secretary for his handling of the so-called migrant crisis. One for allegedly refusing to comply with immigration law, specifically letting illegals stay in the United States as their status is being reviewed by the government because they want to pretend like they're pleading asylum. The other relates to allegedly making false statements to Congress when he said that the DHS has operational control. Last month alone, there were more than 225,000 illegal crossings along the border, the highest on record. But they still call them migrants, not illegals. The House Homeland Security Committee considers the articles tomorrow before it could go to the House floor. A Democrat Homeland Security official called the articles a sham. By the way, President Biden said he would shut down the border when it becomes overwhelmed. Yeah, right. It's been overwhelmed, Biden, if Congress passes that bipartisan, meaning evil, immigration bill. Speaking of that, it could head to the Senate floor, their bipartisan possible border deal in the coming days. So said Senator Chris Murphy to CNN Sunday. Questions remain whether the Republicans are going to listen to our greatest president, Donald J. Trump, who's tried to tank that bipartisan compromise with evil. In recent weeks, Trump's tried to kill the bipartisan legislation because bipartisan means evil. It means they're not going to actually fix the border. Doesn't want Biden to score a victory in that area where he's politically vulnerable because Trump's running for president again to retake his title. And so they're pretending like they'll get tough, but they're not going to get tough. They don't care. I'm James Hake. Now back to JLP, Hour 2.
got to stand up strong. Ain't the truth about themselves to understand what went wrong. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way to stand up, stand up, stand up.
Uniting the races with truth instead of dividing them with lies. We're also rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. I'm Jesse Lee Peterson. Welcome to the second hour of the show already. You can get involved by calling 888-7753, 773-888-77-JESSE, Jesse, Jesse. We have every way that you can watch and support the show listed on jesseleepeterson.com/show. And there is a line open if someone want to jump in there and take it before it is taken. Also, if you're busy jumping on the hood of a car to save a dog, and I hear that those bulldogs are not even real dogs. Come on, man. They're like half-breeds. Half-breed is all I ever heard. Fake breeds, I'm told, by Joel Friday. He be like, they're fake breed. Fake breeds. That's all I ever heard. Fake breeds. How I love and hate the word. So I'm being told that they're a fake breed, those bulldogs, made in the lab. Her son says it's fake news, but I don't know. But anyway, if you're out and about and don't have time to watch, you can podcast the show, but you still can be listening while you're doing what you're doing by calling 641-793-1500. 641-793-1500. Either on your iPhone or iPad. Follow us on social media. JLP Talk on X and Jesse Lee Peterson on Instagram. Like, follow, ring the bell, subscribe. And to donate and have your comments read out loud, go to buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk, buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk, or rebuildingtheman.com. Rebuildingtheman.com. So last week, biblical question was, what ties you to your parents? We dealt with it yesterday in the fellowship at rebuildingtheman.com/church. You can podcast that, rebuildingtheman.com/church. But what ties you to your parents? And people had different reasons, which I understood. I definitely did. But the one thing that ties all people to their parents is thoughts. A thought. It ties you to your parents. Overcome the thought, you can overcome your parents. Overcome thoughts, you can overcome anything. All thoughts are all lies all the time about anything. The human heart is evil. Human beings are evil. They're jealous, revengeful, loneliness, strife, envy, and they live to hurt others because it gives them a feeling, a thrill. They get joy from hurting others. It gives them a false sense of life. It all comes from thoughts. All thoughts are all lies all the time about anything. A brand new biblical question. My brand new biblical question for this week. Are you afraid you're not going to make it? Are you afraid you're not going to make it? Isn't that an amazing question? Are you afraid you're not going to make it? It is Monday, and I forgot to do the opening. It's Monday. We take ladies' calls first on Mondays. We take all calls. But ladies, this is your day. Female Monday.
I like to make men uncomfortable.
All my life I had to fight.
Let women take over.
Some of us believe that women are getting paid less than men.
I proudly say I'm a feminist. Thank you.
Deep in their soul, they want to be home with those babies. We've been lied to for so long.
That's for sure. Female Monday, 888-7753-773. Speaking of Female Mondays, did you hear about this? From peoples.com. Speaking of dogs, bulldogs are made in the lab, I'm told. And that they're fake. According to Joel, he black. And that's why they have short lives, because they're not real. This is from peoples.com. Speaking of dogs, who let the dogs out? A Pennsylvania woman has been accused of torturing animals for likes on YouTube. Watch this from NBC.
According to an affidavit from Upper Darby Police, in 4 separate incidents, Anagar Munzie tortured and killed a rabbit, pigeon, frogs, and a chicken, doing all of this live on her YouTube channel. Thousands of people watching each time. The affidavit indicates the 28-year-old committed the crimes for attention and admiration on social media. Detectives stated that last July, while mutilating a rabbit in her former home on Chestnut Street in Darby, Munzie, quote, appeared to prolong the torture by stopping to read and respond to comments. This went on for 30 minutes. Then last Thursday, on Munzie's birthday, police say she, quote, repeatedly commented on the number of viewers and likes and solicited more praise before she killed a chicken at her most recent home on Marshall Road in Upper Darby. She's been charged with 4 counts of animal cruelty and torture.
Did she eat the chicken? You know how black people love chicken. What the? They said she did it for likes. All for the thrill of it. And according to people.com, a spokesperson, this must have been a female, they call it a person, a spokesperson for Peter said, the best we can do is just to honor them by making sure this kind of behavior does not continue, and that more animals are not made victims. I wonder if Peter loved the animals more than they love unborn children. And I'm wondering out loud that if this woman had been on YouTube torturing unborn babies by killing them every time she got pregnant, would it be a big deal? Or would she be praised for it? Would she have millions of quote-unquote likes because she was killing an unborn child, the man's child in her womb? Would it be a big deal? I doubt it. Because in my country today, these people love animals more than they love unborn children, because they get a better thrill from thinking that the dog loved them and the cat loved them, and they don't. Do you know that the cat and the dog and the animals and snakes or whatever is your choice of pet feel nothing for you, period. They feel zero. Those feelings that you're getting are inside of you. Those thrills are in you. They're not coming from the dog, but you lie to yourself and say they are. My dog loves me. You're lying. Your dog can care two hoops. Your dog will walk away from you if somebody else offered it a piece of bread. Those thrills are coming from you. It's just like those mothers who say they love their children and they don't. They're getting a false thrill from within, and they think that, oh, I'm loving my children. No, you're not. So I'm wondering if Peter would be upset had this woman been online every time she got pregnant performing an abortion. Would they say, oh, that's her body, her choice? Her body, her choice. I would have to, I'm almost thinking they would say it's her body, her choice. I don't know. But I don't think it would be a big deal as it is torturing animals. What do you think? What do you think? This is hell on earth, but the hell is inside the people. Anyone that has anger is living in hell. You have fear, you have doubt, you have jealousy, you have envy, you have strife, you have revenge, you have all kind of false identities that you think are yours or you, and they're not. It's up to you to overcome them. Parental court, is that right, Sean? Paternity court. A Wisconsin woman is in court to prove that her ex-fiance, the man who listen to this. She's in court to prove that her ex-fiance, the man who drives over 100 miles per week to see his daughter, is not, in fact, the biological father. Watch this from Paternity court. Watch this.
Oh.
Oh? How come black women have to act like mama even in the courthouse? You don't supposed to be acting like mama, fussing like that, sitting on the court. But she's right about this woman. This woman is evil. This man, according to the report, drives 100 miles per week to see his daughter. And now he's finding out it's not his daughter. And the woman just happy, she feels nothing because the man is suffering. She getting a thrill from that. 100 miles a week to see a child that is not his, thinking that it was his. And this fat white woman's cheering it on like it's a good thing. Even the person, I think there was a woman sitting there with her. Ladies, you must return to the fathers. What you're missing in life, what you're yearning for, is a love of a father. And I understand that Satan is your God, and the God above is the man God, and that Satan is working through you to destroy the men at his children, but you can overcome that. It's not you. The hatred of your heart, ladies, is not you. Stop identifying with it. Stop identifying with it. And that woman that was cheering on that this is not that man's baby, she doesn't care that black woman sitting up there yelling at her. Can't you hear them when they, as soon as they leave the courthouse? I don't care, that woman was yelling at me. What the? It's time to get real, ladies, and start working on yourself. You don't have to live in your hell. You don't have to be miserable. It's not you. This thing, you are possessed. This thing made a home in you, and it's not you. It's not you. And this woman that's cheering is just a fake. Some of you might, here's another fake example. What a mess, huh? Remember, it's not your world, it's their world. Every adult has their own world. Don't make their world your world. Work on you. Speaking of being fake, like that woman you just saw cheering it on, some of you may have heard this and remember this story. We played it a while back, but it's back now. This is from ABC. Hearing impaired people turned into tuning into a news conference about the arrest of a suspected serial killer. Get a message from gibberish from an American Sign Language interpreter. Some of you may remember this from Inside Edition. Watch this.
It's happened again. Another sign language interpreter accused of signing total gibberish. This time it was at the police news conference announcing an arrest in the Tampa serial killings.
We will be charging 4 counts of first-degree murder.
Standing off to the side, apparently translating every word, this woman.
We received over 5,000 tips in this case.
But it turns out much of what she was signing was nonsense. She waved her arms around like she was singing Jingle Bells, says one outraged sign language expert. The woman, identified as Derlin Roberts, has a string of arrests for fraud. So how did she come to be translating at last week's high-profile police news conference? The woman simply showed up out of the blue and offered her services.
My immediate reaction was, I didn't call for a sign language interpreter, but that's great that we have one here. I let her in. We won't be using that woman again.
She's black. That woman is not even a sign language person. Can you see her, the devil told her, go in there and pretend you can do some sign languages. She's like, okay. That is too funny. The devil told her to do that. And she's up there like it's really happening. I want you to realize, of course, this woman is faking it. But she went down to a press conference and walked in and said, hey, I'm here. I'm a sign language person. I want to play that again so you can get the real look at it. This woman is not, according to the report, is not a sign language person. She just walked up to the press conference and said, I'm here. And you heard the chief of whomever that was. We didn't order no sign language person, but since she's here, right on. She black. So you're looking at a fake person pretending to be doing sign language. And look how comfortable she is with it. You know, there's something wrong with this woman. Watch this.
It's happened again. Another sign language interpreter accused of signing total gibberish. This time it was at the police news.
What's going on?
Ms. Miller?
Amazing.
Ms. Miller?
Where's Billy? We'll play it a little later. They got to do something over there. Amazing. She's not even real. According to ABC, Tampa Police Department spokesman Steve said, I don't know what motivated her. The devil did, of course. I'm saying you, the devil did. But she hasn't returned my call. I would like to know, how did it occur to you to come down to do that? He want to know, what is it that made you decide, let me go down to this press conference about this police stuff and pretend I'm a sign language person. And she stand up there going through the motion. Did she know that some other translator people are going to know she was faking it? Hake is telling me that it reminds him of Obama's sign language translator in South Africa, Mummy Africa, for Nelson Mandela.
What the?
At Mandela's funeral, he was fake as well, allegedly. I think I kind of remember that. Allegedly, he was fake as well. What a mess. Grandpa, tell me about the good old days. Tell me about the good old days. Do you know now, do you believe now my country is never going to return? But you can't have perfect peace right here on earth. You don't have to wait till you die. And if anyone tells you that you cannot have perfect peace, they're lying to you. They don't have it. That's why they're telling you can't have it, because they don't have it. You can have it. Each individual, but you got to work on you. One other thing, then I get to your calls. I have said over and over and over and over again that I don't believe that my country should allow foreigners to come here and become politicians and get involved with our government and things like that. Because those people are bringing their same S-hole ideas and culture with them, and they can't relate to our culture. They can't relate to it at all. And as a result, they should not be allowed to run as politicians in our government. Don't they know all the secrets of the government, too, when they're involved like that? I have proof of that, more proof of that. And this female would never admit that she's wrong. This is from X. This female was allowed to come here because she said that she needed freedom. And she's been nothing but trouble for America ever since. And she's involved in government. And she can care less about America. But yet you let her run in government. Are we able to play this next soundbite? This is from X. This is an evil female. Ilhan Omar tells a crowd of Somalians that her top priority is to put Somalia first and expand its territory. Watch from VEED.io. I thought you told me you were ready with that. I saw you raise your thumb and said they were ready. Okay, they're not ready with that. That was fake news. That they were ready. Let's go to the phone calls until they get the new equipment all sharpened up the way it should be. Grayson is a first-time caller out of New York. Grayson, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hi, Jesse. I got to say, I love your show. I think it's just a great show. And I wanted to ask, I've been listening to a lot of I've been listening to a lot of your interviews recently, and I know that there's a lot of people that call you coon and stuff. And I just wanted to know, how do you feel about that? Like, what's your whole feeling, perspective on when people call you coon?
Zero. I feel nothing about it. I don't even think about it.
Okay. Do you know what they're saying when they call you that?
Yeah, I even won the Coon Award before. And I was
You won a couple of them, yeah.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed that I didn't win it last year. Well, at least they haven't. I don't know if they announced who won the Coon Award, but I feel nothing about it because I understand now. I know what drive. By understanding what's happening to me, it caused me to understand what's happening with other people, and they can't help it because they're driven by evil. Their hearts are wicked. So I don't even think about it. Do you think about what people call you?
I don't know what people call me, but I would be interested to know, I guess.
Like when they say things about you, does it bother you? Like let's say your family members or your close friends or whatever. Would that bother you?
It might. I mean, I guess it would depend on what they're saying.
And
right?
why would you be bothered?
Because if it's something that's not nice, I don't think anybody likes it when someone says something not nice about them. But I guess it would also depend on who they are, too.
But let's say it was your mama and your daddy, and they were out there saying horrible things about you, whether true or not. How would you feel about that?
Not good, I guess.
And why not?
I don't think I don't think anyone would feel super.
Why would you feel anything about it, either good or bad?
Because I don't think anybody would want to hear someone that's important in their life saying something mean.
But why would you feel either way about it? You.
I feel like I answered the question. Maybe I'm just not really getting.
Yeah, you said when I asked, you said, "Well, I don't think anybody would like that, or anybody would." But I'm trying to find out about Garrison, and I do appreciate your call. Why would you feel anything about it? Period, either good or bad.
I'm guessing the reason you're asking is because I shouldn't think about what other people have to say about me, right?
Yes.
Am I right?
Right. Yeah. Why would you put one iota of a thought into it?
I don't know. I mean, I guess I can actually kind of get where you're coming from on that. But I think that with the parents, I think it becomes kind of a different dynamic. You know what I'm saying?
It shouldn't be, though. It should be the same as it would with an enemy or a stranger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, you say enemy. I mean, do you feel like you have enemies?
No.
No? This is an interesting way for you to phrase it, I guess. But.
Right on. Thank you, buddy. I got to take a break. I appreciate it. 888-7753-773. Quick break. One line open. 888-77-JESSE. Back in a moment. We have a counseling service, and I have to admit, thanks to God, it is the best counseling service on this side of heaven. I counsel with men and women, families, individuals around the world. Most people are unhappy. They're miserable. They have rough lives. They're depressed, suicidal, young and old, of all races. I understand. I know why, and I do understand it. Because exactly what's happening in me is happening with everybody outside of me, inside of them. And I've noticed that with those who really, really, really want to understand, they overcome it just like that, out of one counseling session. If you need counseling, you can go to rebuildingaman.com or call 800-411-2663. 800-411-BOND. Best counseling service on this side of heaven. Welcome back. 888-7753-773. 888-77-JESSE. One line, two lines over. You want to jump in there. If you need counseling, we have the best counseling service on this side of heaven by phone, Skype, or walk-in. Individuals and family counseling service. I do them. Go to rebuildingtheman.com. Rebuildingtheman.com or call 800-411-BOND. 800-411-2663. All right? And for personal shout-outs, birthday shout-outs, encouragement shout-outs, wedding shout-outs, congratulations shout-out, whatever it might be. Just plain old shout-out. I would do those for you as well. Go to Cameo, cameo.com/Jesse Lee Peterson, cameo.com/Jesse Lee Peterson. And last but not least, the No Such Thing as Racism t-shirt is back. No Such Thing as Racism t-shirt is back. So go to rebuildingtheman.com/stores. rebuildingtheman.com/stores. We got to get to some super chats. Super chat. Super.
Gavin from North Georgia bought 10 coffees.
Georgia on my mind.
When my family gets together, they want to pray out loud before meals. Is that okay, or should it be silent prayer only?
For you, it could be silent prayer. Let them do whatever they want to do. It's not you. And so don't judge them. Don't laugh at them. If they want to do silent prayer, let them do it. But you do what you want to do. It's not a big deal either way. Thank you.
Greenwald bought 5 coffees. During World War II, Germany's leader always stopped his generals from using nerve gas, as he himself had been blinded temporarily by nerve gas while fighting in World War I. He believed the decent men on the battlefield should not be exposed to it. But unfortunately, America and its ally, the Soviet Union, brought chemical weapons back to Europe in the 1950s. And when Iran overthrew their pro-Israel regime in 1979, America's ally Iraq killed 5,000 Iranian civilians with chemical weapons imported from none other than West Germany under American occupation. You will know them by their fruits.
Okay.
Thanks for the history lesson.
What the?
Thanks for the 5 coffees, too.
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Billy's now a member, monthly supporter on... or annual supporter on buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk.
Thank you.
I thank you, sir, for pointing the way to bringing me back closer to my father and teaching me so many things I need to know that I already knew, but you brought them to light. People need that desperately, and they don't know the power of the demons that are against God and are willing to destroy us to punish God.
Well, they can't punish God. But they're definitely willing to destroy you because they want your soul. The demons, and every human being is possessed with evil demons until they are born again of the Father. They return to the Father. Every human being, male or female, male and female. So stay with it, stay with it, stay with it. But the demons can't touch God. They can't move God either way. They have no power. They have fake power. They can only deceive. Thank you.
Billy also bought a coffee saying the battle is on. The demons are here to destroy us because they will not be forgiven because of Jesus. We must become a slave of God. To be clear, there is no other way from hell.
Okay.
Nice.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
He bought another coffee giving a movie tip. Please rent it or buy it and watch it, and you will totally understand.
I saw that yesterday.
Yeah.
And I am going to watch it. I had planned to watch it yesterday, but I got sleepy after I finished eating steak and sweet potato.
That'll put you out.
I had the best steak and sweet potato yesterday. It was like one of those red yams, like sweet potato thing. And it was sweet and it was delicious. It made me wanted to. I thought about flying to Indiana and going over to my mother's gravesite and digging her up, slapping her, and putting her back in the grave and come back home to L.A. But instead, I went to sleep. I took a nap. But thank you. And I will watch that movie. I really will. I hear that it's very interesting. So I'll check it out. Once I do, I'll talk about it here. Let everyone know. Thank you.
In response to your biblical question last week,
what ties you to your parents?
Philip asked, can I honor them and at the same time not talk to them? It's a toxic long-term relationship. I'd like to end it, but in a biblical sense, I am supposed to honor them. Can I do both?
Well, honor just simply means don't resent them. Understand them, that they could not help themselves, right? Don't resent them, but you don't have to hang out. You don't have to visit. You don't have to call or anything. Honor just simply means don't resent them, but understand them. Nice. No, you don't have to visit unless you want to. Thank you.
You were streaming church on Rebuilding the Man IG Instagram yesterday.
Nice.
Talking about how men aren't working.
Right.
And Returned Unto the Shepherd says man's got to provide 100% for his wife.
Yep. It is your God-given duty. And I understand that there are so many women today that are in competition with the man. They don't have sense enough to know that it's right for the man to take care of them and for them to watch over the man's children. Don't be going to work and all that. And so it's hard to find a wife that will obey you like that. But even if you don't get a wife, you still have a great talent inside of you that will take care of you if you go to work. You cannot fail if you work. Thank you.
Overall, also on IG, Instagram, I Wish You Well says, I have all these thoughts, like a billion of them.
Right. And you're right about that. All you have to do is watch them, all right? Do nothing else but stare at them, watch them. Watch what's happening inside of your imagination and the emotion that come with it sometimes. Just watch it. There's nothing else to do. Don't judge it. Don't call it you. Don't call it right or wrong. Just watch it. And the Spirit of the Father will do the rest. And I'm going to get to all of your calls here in a minute, all right? We just hadn't done Super Chat yet. Okay.
Piotr Robel bought 5 coffees. Thank you, Jesse and the team, for the best fellowship on this side of heaven.
You're welcome. It was deep yesterday. Go to rebuildingtheman.com. Rebuildingtheman.com. It was amazing.
Not a Victim bought 3 coffees. My daddy don't like you, and he's smoking lots of pot.
My daddy don't like you, and he likes everyone. And if you think, amazing. Thank you.
Billy bought a coffee. I was doing the silent prayer. My legs started shaking. Then a while later, I felt myself fall. Then I felt caught. What do you make of this?
Nothing. I don't understand that. What the? And don't try to make anything of it yourself. Just watch it. All right? Amazing. As long as you're not physically having medical problems, if you do, go to the doctor. But other than that, just watch. Thank you.
WD41 bought 3 diamonds on DLive.tv/Jesse Lee Peterson, saying thanks for the shows.
And thank you for your support. There are a lot of people are starting to realize, you know what, they are helping me. How come I never think to help them to help others? I'm so selfish. And they start to help. Thank you.
And thank you, guys. That is all for now.
Amazing. Amazing. Let me go to James, a first-time caller out of Nebraska. James, welcome to the show. You're on the air. Hey, James.
Hello, Jesse. How are you?
All is well, sir.
Hey, I did what you said. I made another white baby.
You made a white baby?
Yeah, I'm just 2 years old.
Right on. Make some more.
Yeah, we did another white baby. She got 4 others. and so we're doing well on the scales there.
Right on. So you already now. This is number 4 white babies you're making.
Well, she had 4 before, and we're making a new one right now.
Oh, your wife already had 4 children?
Yeah.
So you married a woman who already had 4 children?
That's right. I picked her up. I scooped her up and took care of her.
Wow.
We've been together for 10 years now, and she's a wonderful lady. But we've been listening for a while now. You're a wonderful man, and yeah.
Wow, amazing!
Make more white babies.
July is White History Month. Right on.
That's White History Month. Yeah, give her the uppies. She got it.
Right on. Thank you, man. Congratulations.
I know what advice you got for me as far as the rocket ship, is off the launch pad. But what direction do I take from there? You have any advice?
And hold on a minute.
I'm the father. I'm the father. So
James, hold on for me. Your phone is a little muffled, and I want to make sure I can hear you clearly. Don't hang up, and I'll come back to you. James is out of Virginia. James, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hey, Jesse, how you doing?
All is well, James. How you?
I've been well.
Good.
It's been a while since I talked to you. I'm glad that I get to speak to you again.
Right on. Welcome to the show.
So I had a question about my son, because I know you said real men make boys first. Well, I had a son first, but he was born blind. He was born blind. Does that mean I'm broken?
You mean like he was physically blind?
Yeah, he's physically, but he can't see.
Oh, and what does that mean? Do you mean how would you be broken?
Does that mean that I'm a broken man because he was born blind?
No.
Awesome. Okay.
Not at all.
Awesome. Well, I know the last time I spoke to you, was like 4 years ago. I told you I was looking up to my sister, and you told me that I couldn't be a man. Well, I stopped looking up to my sister, and honestly, I feel like an even better man now.
Right
I make my own decisions.
Yeah.
I evaluate my own actions. I don't compare myself to other people, especially women.
Well, don't compare yourself to anyone. You just live your life.
Yes, sir.
What are you doing? I hear noise in the background.
Oh, that's my son. He's banging some toys in the background. I'm sorry. I can move to another room.
No problem. Don't compare. Are you doing the silent prayer every morning and night?
Every day. Every day, faithfully.
Good. Stay with it. And you haven't seen anything, James. It gets better and better and better.
My life has been getting better. Even though I was diagnosed with a neurological disorder and my health has been kind of going down.
Right.
Ever since I spoke to you, it kind of opened up my mind to what I was as a person and as a man.
Yes.
And I realized that I was the one that was projecting my judgments on other people because I judge myself.
Yes, but 100%.
Ever since I started listening to you, though, I started realizing I was the one being racist and I was the one being bigoted towards people because I compared myself to them and I thought I could do better if I was them or, whatever the situation may have been. But I've been so enlightened lately. It's unreal. Me and my wife have started reading the Bible together. It's just my life has been slowly falling together while falling apart at the same time.
Right on. That's deep. Absolutely. The old nature is falling apart. The new nature is coming together. The real you.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
I just wanted to thank you for that, man, because I never would have achieved this state of enlightenment without calling your show and hearing the harsh truth.
Well, stay with it, James. It only gets better. You haven't seen anything yet.
I appreciate it, Jesse. You keep doing what you're doing, man. I love you.
I appreciate it. I will. Thank you, James.
Thank you.
All right, buddy. Amazing. Nice. Are we able to play that Ilhan Omar thing? Okay, I will talk to my engineer. What I want to do, let me go to Australia first, and then I get to the soundbite. I'm looking at the clock here. There is a line open at 888-7753-773. Let me go to Ben out of Australia. Hey, heard around the world by everybody and their mama. And if you're black, everybody and they mama. Ben, welcome to the show.
Hi, Jesse. How are you?
All is well, Ben.
I rang you about 3 years ago, and it was a bit difficult to speak at the time. I hadn't sort of rung a show before, so I just wanted to give you a bit of an update.
Okay.
When I first met you, about 90% of my anger went, but this 10% just hung on. It wouldn't leave. I could get rid of a lot of it, but not all of it. And after about 3 to 4 years now, after sort of listening to your program, that last 10% is finally going. And I just wanted to tell people that if you stick with it, that last 10% that's really hard to sort of get rid of is going. And as you say, things become amazing. You don't get angry, and some really, really bad things have been happening to me, and I'm not getting angry. So I just wanted to say thank you, basically. And, the thing I've noticed is within my own family, now that sisters are in control, it's worse than when mothers were. So it's been handed down a generation, and mothers just want to destroy you, but sisters want you dead. So the thing I noticed is my sister ostracized me from the family, and when we sort of came back into contact, she was even more angry. And the thing I noticed is evil people can get into power, but they can't be happy.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely, man.
Yeah, so that's it. That's just wanted to sort of let you know that.
Well, Ben, stay with it, stay with it, stay with it. And now that you understand the anger, it was never you. It was always a false identity in you. When you stop identifying with it, it dies away because it's not you, and it never was.
Yeah, sure, Jesse. And the other question, I had a question. What I noticed is, in the past, if somebody, close to me did something wrong, why would I self-sabotage my own life? Why do we do that?
Because that false nature identify with them, and they want to play God and pretend that it can help them, and pretend that it loves them, and it pretend that it can help them. And so you make other people your problems, and it end up destroying you. Not only does it hurt them, but it destroys you because you are identifying and taking on someone else's issue. You should never, ever, ever, but never, never, ever take on another person's issue, whether it's your children, your wife, your daddy, your mama, your friends, your co-worker. Never take anyone else's problems on. Let them have their own problems. They're not yours.
Okay.
Stop identifying with it. Don't feel sorry for them. Don't feel anything for them because it's not your problem. Most people love their hell anyway, and they try to draw you into their hell.
Sure. Yeah. Okay, Jesse. Well, good touching base. And as I said, when that last 10% of the anger starts to go, you really start to live. And
yes. Well, stay with it. Stay with the prayer, right?
Yeah, I had, I found that with the prayer, when that voice comes in, just not to fight it.
Right.
I actually asked the voice to say, "Hey, Satan, do you want a cup of coffee?" And it sends him crazy. He after a few years, he just leaves you alone after that if you don't fight it.
Right on, because you can see him, And now that you can see him, the Spirit of God will destroy him. You'll take him away from you, your mind.
Yeah, sure. And the other thing is there's an international woman's crisis, the entitlement and everything that's going with it. I don't know what we're going to do, but in the present dating market, nothing will work until we get a leash on women. And it's because, men with power are bad, but women with power are super bad.
Yes.
Simple as that.
Absolutely. Amazing.
Yeah.
You're 100% right. Thank you, Ben. Amazing call.
Okay. Thanks, Jesse.
All right. Call me again.
Okay. Bye now.
Bye. Heard around the world by everybody and they mama, if you're black. If you're white, and their mama, and their mother. Super chat.
Super chats.
Henry Ford Lives gave a diamond. No more wars for Israel, but open borders for them, he says.
Amazing. Thank you.
I disavow it.
I don't even understand it.
He doesn't want them to have good security.
He doesn't?
He says open borders for Israel.
He hate the Jews?
Maybe. I don't know. He might be kidding.
Oh.
Stan 60.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Stan 69 with a diamond. Y'all need to get your equipment together. What?
Well, the equipment is coming together. It's new. We're installing the new equipment now. So they're learning how to make it work. The engineer is teaching them and blah, blah, blah. Thank you.
Stan 69 says JLP does have enemies, those who wish him harm and hate.
But they're not my enemy. They made me their enemy. It's on them, not me. Amazing. Thank you.
Canadian David says, I would tell the last caller, the prior caller, to stop worrying about his blind son. It's better to be physically blind than spiritually blind.
Thank you. Amazing.
He's a monthly supporter on Rumble.
Yeah,
and
I appreciate it.
First time chatter Gabe says, morning, Jesse, on Twitch.
Good morning, Gabe. Thank you. 1 more hour to go. Hate news, not the fake news. Back in a moment. How have you been helped by the show?
I'm going to tell you this. I believe you might go down in history as one of the greatest, if not the greatest, black man that ever lived on planet Earth, as far as I'm concerned. I don't know anybody before you that's been that great. Freeing the slaves is one thing, but you've been freeing people of their mind, which matters, it should be anyhow, to you more than anything else, because with the mind not being right, there ain't nothing else going to happen right anyway.
If you can doubt every thought because you're not your thoughts, if you can doubt every thought, knowing that you're not your thoughts, you don't create them, they're not from God, that they're from the deceiver, the great deceiver, Satan. If you can doubt every thought, you can be free, just like that. At an instant. Bring every thought into captivity. It's so amazing.
A whole lot of mess going on in the world. This is the end of hour 2 of the Jesse Lee Peterson Show. It is Monday, January 29th, AD 2024. Stay tuned for hour 3. Last hour of Female Monday coming right up. There is one line open, ladies and gentlemen. You can call in right now during Hake News, not fake news. The economy is great. Lots of people getting fired. The far-left female run outlet The Skim says remote workers may be talking about new data on layoffs. A report from the Rhino outlet Wall Street Journal found that workers clocking in from home were 35% more likely to be laid off in 2023 than their colleagues at the office. Experts say the managers factor in personal connections, which can be harder to create over Zoom or whatever online platform you use to interact. The report comes as industries like tech and media have given tens of thousands of employees the pink slip. Feeling worried? Been fired? You can do stuff in response. Far-left AP so-called news has tips like save your money, prioritize your mental health, and stuff. The economy is great. Bills going through the roof. The Skim reports, CNN reports, quote, more and more families can't afford the cost of home energy. They are falling behind on their bills. That's what Mark Wolf said, the executive director of Citizens for Citizens, a nonprofit that helps Americans with their energy bills, Wolf with an E. He told CNN that the organization has been forced to cut the amount of aid that they can give to people in need as Congress moves toward allocating $2 billion less for the so-called low-income home energy assistance program known as LIHEAP. What a mess. And more airline nightmare. 6 people were injured, says CNN, after an American Airlines flight from Los Angeles made a hard landing at Kahului Airport in Hawaii on Saturday. The plane has been taken out of service, and the FAA announced they will investigate the incident. Hard landing, 6 people injured. Wow. And boring sports. One more reason this year feels like a redo of 2020, say the ladies at the Skim. The Kansas City Chiefs versus the San Francisco 49ers, I guess, for the Super Bowl. It's going to be February 11th. Wow. Congratulations, fellas. And isn't that Taylor Swift's team? Anyway, female rap, speaking of Taylor Swift type stuff, not CNN but the Skim reports Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion got the rap world dialed in. The two ladies, we use the term loosely, ladies here, are apparently bringing back diss track culture. It all started, that's where you talk crap about each other. Don't say that word, kids. It all started when Megan Thee Stallion released Hiss. And many say it references Nicki Minaj's husband, who's supposedly a registered S-word offender. Last night, Nicki Minaj responded with a new song titled Bigfoot, an apparent jab to the Tory Lanez shooting, whatever that is. If anybody knows, let me know. I only like Tupac's Hit 'Em Up, but it got him killed maybe. Miss Japan is Ukrainian. Commie Nonsense Network CNN says Miss Japan winner spurs controversy. A Ukrainian-born model is sparking debate on what it means to be Japanese after being crowned Miss Japan. She responded to critics, "I'm absolutely Japanese," stated the Russian-looking brunette Carolina, with a K, Carolina Shiino, Shino, after winning the 2024 Miss Nippon contest. Congrats. You don't look Japanese. The IRS will begin accepting the processing 2023 federal income tax returns today. If you're not an early bird, the filing deadline for most is April 15th. If you're owed a refund, like the majority of tax filers, bums, they're going to give it to you typically within 21 days of returning your return, accepting your return, whatever. I don't know. Blah, blah, blah. Gas prices are still high for a lot of the country, supposedly coming down, but is still extremely high. I'm James Hake. Now back to JLP, Hour 3.
Stand up strong, face the truth about themselves, to understand what went wrong. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way. Stand up. Stand up.
Uniting the races with truth instead of dividing them with lies. We're also rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. I'm Jesse Lee Peterson. Welcome to the third hour of the show already. It's amazing that it's the third hour already, but it is. You can get involved by calling 888-7753-773, 888-77-JESSE. Jesse. Jesse. Brand new biblical question for this week. It's a doozy. Are you afraid you're not going to make it? Are you afraid you are not going to make it? And I'm afraid, are you afraid you're not going to make it? That's the biblical question. We have every way listed that you can, we have every way to watch and support the show listed on JesseLeePeterson.com/show. And you can also listen to the show, but if you're too busy to sit and watch it now, you can podcast. But you can listen while you're out there doing fentanyl, trying to escape across the borders. You're the government lying to the people about the borders. You, or whatever. You could be listening to Ilhan Omar putting Somalia before America. Whatever you might be doing. You can be listening to the show by calling the Listen Line phone number at 641-793-1500. 641-793-1500 on your iPhone or iPad. Amazing. Amazing. Support us on social media there. Y'all know what to do, right? Like, follow, ring the bell. Subscribe. Go to JLP Talk on X or Jesse Lee Peterson on Instagram. And to donate and have your comments read out loud, go to buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk, rebuildingtheman.com, or Bond JLP on Cash App. Bond JLP on Cash App. All right? It is Monday. And every Monday is Female Monday. We take all calls, but ladies, when you call in on Mondays, your call comes first. It's Female Monday.
I like to make men uncomfortable.
All my life I had to fight.
Let women take over.
Some of us believe that women are getting paid less than men.
I proudly say I'm a feminist. Thank you.
Deep in their soul, they want to be home with those babies. We've been lied to for so long.
Yep. Deep in my soul, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We shall overcome. We shall over someday. I want to just show you why women should not be into control, because it's not in their nature to lead. And most ladies know that now, those who are waking up. Those who are not awake know they should not be leaders. Try to make them leaders too, but they just won't admit it. But there are ladies waking up all the time. Check out Sunday Fellowship. You'll see. RebuildingTheMan.com. We have the Women's Forum the third Thursday of the month. You can see those ladies. They're working on themselves now. They realize they have been deceived by their mothers and by their teachers and by other women and everything. They realize it and they're overcoming. And the same thing in the Men's Forum. The Men's Forum this week, by the way, the first Thursday of the month. But there's this female that my country has allowed to come here as a so-called refugee. And they allowed this female to get into government. And she doesn't love America at all. Can you imagine? And she's in our government. And you think she's going to admit she's wrong? Ain't going to happen. This is from X. Ilhan Omar, she black, tells a crowd of Somalians that her top priority is to put Somalia first and expand its territory. Not America, but Somalia. Watch this from VED.io.
annaga haddii aan nahay dad Soomaali ah waxaan nahay dad isjecel laakiin haddii runtii ay imaato waxaan nahay dad isku tashto dad walaalo ah dad dhiig lah dad isku og inay Soomaali yihiin inay Muslim yihiin oo iyagana isku hiiliya dadka walaalahoodna u hiiliya jawaabteeda waxay ahayd dawladda Mareykanka waxay ka qabanaysaa wixii annaga aan dhahno dawladda Mareykanka qabo waa kalsoonidaas inaan isku qabno annaga Soomaali haddii aan nahay wadankan annaga ku nool wadankan wadankii aan annaga tax ka dhiibno waaye waa wadankii gabar idinka dhalatayne ee Congress-ka fadhiso.
She's speaking like Allah Abba language. What's up? You hear that Allah Abba language? This female's in our government. Are you trembling in your boots now? Are you shaking in your boots? The enemies of America are being invited into the government. She said something like the U.S. government will do what we want, nothing else. They must follow our orders. That is how we safeguard the interest of Somalia. This woman is in the American government, a so-called refugee. The government, the U.S. government will do what we want, nothing else. They must follow our order. That is how we safeguard the interest of Somalia. Not America, but Somalia. But our government is so weak now that a pit bull, a bulldog can take it over, and they're not even real. According to the Citizen Free Press, Somalia ambassador condemns Omar for her remarks. The language she employed was unbecoming of the office she holds. Her expression revealed a significant lack of understanding of basic facts. What a mess, huh? All the wrong people in the right places to make sure my country never returns. Have you ever wondered how Washington, D.C. is doing now? They took away bail bonds. They took away the police. They let the inmates out of the prison with this false idea of racism. Have you ever wondered how's the country doing now? How is it in Washington, D.C.? Are things better now? No police? Defund the police, they say? It is a spiritual battle, folks. It's happening inside of you and outside of you, inside of others. It has nothing to do with color, nothing to do with male or female. It's good versus evil, right versus wrong. It's a bald-faced lie that is racism. They're lying to you. They're covering up evil. And you're blind and you fall for the lie. It's time to wake up. It really, really is time to wake up. You can continue in your hell on earth or overcome your hell and have paradise on earth. Men and women, it's up to you. And ladies, I know that evil comes through you. You are the gates of hell. But it's not you. It's the spirit that made home in you. It's been passed down since the Adam and Eve days. But you can overcome it. Christ came that all might be returned to the Father. There will come a day when I'll return the children to the fathers and the fathers to the children. And I want y'all to know that all black people are angry not because of white people. It has nothing to do with slavery. It has nothing to do with systemic racism. It has nothing to do with Jim Crow. It has everything to do with hating the mama. All black men and women hate their mothers and or grandmothers, whichever in charge. But they hate the mothers. And the anger starts there. And they call anger love. They say, I love my mama. No, you don't. You can't have the mama. And mama ain't going to let you handle her. As long as you resent her, you can't handle her. How are things in D.C. now? Have you ever asked, how is Washington, D.C. doing now that the Democrats are running it? And not that the Republicans are any better. We have one government, one system, not two-party system anymore. If it wasn't for the Great White Hope, Donald Trump, there would be no reason to vote for the Republican Party at all. They ain't doing nothing.
For every one new regulation, 2 old regulations must be eliminated.
Amazing. The Great White Hope. If it wasn't for Donald Trump, there would be no reason to vote for the Republican Party. You might as well vote for the Democrats. It's the same. Look at the last 3 years. The Republicans haven't done one iota to make America better because they agree with the Democrats. They're about money and perceived power as well. How is Washington, D.C. doing? Watch this from WJLA. Residents were left heartbroken and shocked after someone broke into 29 cars along a 2-block stretch in Democrat-run Washington, D.C. Watch this from ABC.
And take a look at this. D.C. police are investigating after someone broke into 29 cars along a 2-block stretch in Northwest. And this is video 7 News photojournalist Luis Urbina got today on Cathedral Avenue near Calvert Street. You can see all those windows just broken out there, glass all over the road. Police say several cars had items missing. So far, no arrests have been made in this. But again, 29 cars. One resident who lives nearby says he's heartbroken and shocked that something like this could happen.
Heartbroken and shocked. Why? Why are you heartbroken and shocked? Human beings' hearts are wicked, and they need the government to contain them because they can't contain themselves. But no, you took away the police. You took away the laws that contain the lawless. And this is what you get. And now you're shocked. Why? Ain't no police coming. If the police come and an incident happens, the police know that he will be destroyed. His job will be destroyed. His livelihood will be taken away from him. Why are you shocked? It is everywhere. How is Cincinnati doing, you ask? Is you doing fine in Cincinnati? Hi, y'all. ABC, they're like shocked that this situation in D.C. we just showed, it's going to get worse. There's nothing to stop it. The only thing that can stop it, either a change of heart or strong law enforcement. And that's not going to happen because the blacks are in control now, and they don't want the blacks in jail. They want total chaos for their own personal gain. ABC is reporting security cameras captured the moment a group of 8 individuals, including teens, assaulted and robbed a person in downtown Cincinnati. Watch this from ABC.
Violent assault in downtown Cincinnati caught on camera. You're looking at exclusive surveillance video here near 6th and Walnut.
Now, police are calling this seemingly random attack disturbing and unacceptable.
Kill me! A cry for help as a brutal assault comes out of nowhere.
And by that man screaming help like that, that just blew my mind.
And it's all caught on camera. It happened around 8 o'clock Tuesday night. A man walks down 6th Street near Ruth Lyons Lane when suddenly a group of 8, some of them teens, run out of the Fountain Square alley. A hard punch to the back of the head, then it's a free-for-all from there.
They need to get their kids, period. Get them kids.
Janae Tucker is shocked and angry. The assault happened in front of the restaurant she works at.
It'd be a lot of kids in a little walkway over there, so I could pretty much see this going on. And they just running up on him and doing what they doing to him. Like, that's just crazy.
That's evil. That is the spirit of mama working through them. The spirit of you starts in the home. Individual teams. It seemed to be random. It's going to get worse. Unless y'all start telling the blacks they need to forgive their mothers and return to the fathers, that their problems, the problems and issues they're having in life are not physical. They're spiritual, and they started in the homes. It had nothing to do with racism, period, zero. And they've been lied to and told that they're racist, so they hate white people, and you see this kind of stuff happening. I couldn't tell the individual man that was white or not, but it's only getting worse. It's going to only get worse. You might even ask, how's Los Angeles doing? The weather's nice, but how's Los Angeles? This incident happened down the road from Barn, from my nonprofit, from Fox. A police chase that stretched across Los Angeles County to a violent turn. Watch this from Fox.
Police are pursuing this white pickup truck right now.
And you can see it, you can count it right there, getting in about 70 miles an hour, making a wide turn, making a U-turn. Oh, little rope-a-dope action right there. It's just about every intersection that we've come to, there's been that kind of situation. Where did he go? Where did he go? Where did he go? There he is. There he is. There he is. I got him. I can tell you that for a fact. Oh, doing a little sidewalk surfing, are we? Wide turn. Don't know what that was all about. There you go. That's how you bring this to an end. You say the guy's not going to jump out, and he's going to jump out. This is one of those times where that guy's probably thinking, I should have stayed in the truck. Running into a business right there.
Just judging from the body language, it might look like they already have this wrapped up and have the guy in cuffs here. Well,
that was 12th Street, downtown Los Angeles. It's not quite nearby, but whatever. Amazing, huh? This is happening because no police no more. Black Lives Matter. What do we want? When do we want it? Now. Peas in the blanket. Fry 'em like bacon. And they get invited to the White House. They want out-of-control mess. They want you afraid. They want you not being able to defend yourself. Another thing in LA, from Yahoo.com, a homeless woman was arrested after Santa Monica police said she shot and killed a music producer inside of a car. I have been seeing this story on local news all week. They were saying that some guy was in a car and somebody just shot him and ran off. They didn't know why. And for a week, it seemed they were looking for him, or the shooter, him or her. Watch this from Fox.
46-year-old William Edwards III shot to death shortly after 10 in the morning while sitting in his vehicle on 29th and Ocean Park. Santa Monica police saying they have arrested a suspect, a 27-year-old homeless woman identified as Kayla Denise Mackey, with publicity surrounding crimes involving suspects described as homeless. From a Santa Monica council member attacked while walking on the 3rd Street Promenade last July to the arrest in November of 24-year-old Adrian Jose Dugas for allegedly carjacking a group of people on one of the city's parking lots. The murder of a man sitting in his vehicle around 10 in the morning is troubling even with an arrest.
Been here over a decade.
So you've seen...
Yeah, more and more issues, right? Over in recent times, for sure.
That was just a terrible way to start your day, see a dead body.
Amazing. And Santa Monica used to be so nice to walk down on the beach and just enjoy yourself. Nice little town down there. Hassan said that was his friend. He knew him. Is that your friend, right?
Yes, sir.
You knew the guy?
Yeah, one of my closest friends and collaborators in doing music.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And so were you stunned when you heard this news? How did you find out it was him?
Yeah, one of my friends sent it to me on, I think, Saturday morning, and I was just like, "There's no way," and I still don't think it's actually registered with me fully. Just watching it now, kind of just kind of tripped out. May his soul rest in peace.
Yeah, may his soul rest in peace.
Yeah.
What a mess, huh? Seemed like a young guy, too. What a mess. It's some fat, white female shot, it looked like, if it's true. Was that the fat white one they took down?
I don't know. I don't know exactly, but...
It looked like, I don't know, but they took down a fat, white, homeless female, it looked like. What a mess. And guess what happened, folks, according to this report? I don't know. According to the report. You know how human beings think that dogs love them? And cats and things love them, and they don't? That the dog is doing what dogs do? If you feed them, they're gonna spit in your face. They're gonna lick your face. They're gonna lick your hands. They're gonna rub against your leg. That don't mean they love you. That means you fed them. But you love them with fake love, so you thinking they're loving you back. And they're not. And so many people got dogs now, they call them their babies. My baby. A dog is not your baby. A dog is an animal. But you're in a fallen state, you treat them better than you would children. Because you feel this fake love on the inside, and you think it's real love. You think that's what the dog is feeling. You should test the dog. Okay, if this dog loves me so much, let's see what would happen if I don't feed them and then I take them outside and blah, 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 feed them. Would they follow blah, blah, blah? Yep. They would follow blah, blah, blah home and love him or her. Well, they got it so bad that some people would risk their own life for their dog and call their dog their baby. They care more about animals than they do unborn children. This is from the New York Post, speaking of L.A. A woman was filmed desperately clinging to the hood of a speeding car in downtown Los Angeles after the thieves inside stole her French Bulldog. Ooh, let the dogs out. Ooh. Watch this from ABC.
Terrifying video of a woman clinging to the hood of a speeding car. Inside that vehicle, her stolen French Bulldog.
I thought I was going to die. I just was like, this is it.
Allie Zacharias and her dog Onyx were having lunch together at Whole Foods on Grand Avenue and 8th Street in downtown L.A. on January the 18th when it all went down. A woman first called to the dog, then grabbed the leash and walked away. Zacharias followed her, but the woman hopped into the car with 3 others inside and locked the doors. Zacharias didn't hesitate.
I didn't want the car to drive away, so I ran and stood in front of it, and they drove into me, and I fell on top of the hood and just started to like grab on, like I'm not letting go.
Onyx is a black Merrill French bulldog with a spotted coat and 2 different colored eyes. Zacharias is just hoping to get her beloved dog back.
I just like feel lost and lonely without him, and he's my buddy, he's my wingman, you know, and he goes to work with me and we do everything, and he was just suddenly gone.
What a fool. She got what she deserved. Can you imagine being that insane? You're going to jump in front of a car for a dog, and the dog ain't even real. You were made in a lab.
I'm tired of this slander.
Yeah. Well, Joel told me, I'm just going by what he said.
He's fake news.
Joel, come here and verify.
Be careful with the fake news. I feel that lady. I would have been right up on that windshield as well.
Would you have really?
Yeah.
No, be serious. Would you, for real?
I would have.
What's wrong with you, man? Yeah, come and verify those dogs ain't even real. This is Joel from Joel Friday TV, Monday through Friday, Thursday, right here after the HakeReport.com. Did you tell me those dogs are not real, that they're made in a lab?
Okay, so they're this is my opinion. They're unnaturally made, and I looked into it a little bit. Is it your
opinion or fact?
No, I looked into it a little bit. Is that they're just unnaturally made. Like, for example, the English Bulldog was a dog like way back in the day that was made for like baiting bulls. So it was like tall, it was strong, like it had to bait the bulls and go against the bulls. So they stopped that for whatever reason, right, after a while. And then there was a pug, which came from like the Asian countries. And the pug was just known for being a lap dog, like just like a dog, a companion. That's what it was known for.
Okay.
So what they did is that at one point they wanted a bulldog's look and a pug look to go together, but the bulldog was like tough and the pug was just a lap dog. So they mated the two together, and after they mated the two together, like, and if you look at a regular bulldog and a pug, they're like way different in size. So it's gonna be hard unless the pug or the bulldog is little to like have them do the thing and make it work, because they're just two different sizes. So
they can't reproduce together. It's hard for them to come together.
Right. So if they can't, like if the big dog is not small enough, they have to do a thing called artificial insemination. Yeah. And you have to pull the sperm out the dog to put in the other one. So it's an unnatural process, and the two dogs are like come from two different places. So it just doesn't make sense to mate them, but they did because it looks good and somebody wanted it.
And now people like Hassan would be willing to jump on a car and put their own life at risk for a fake dog.
For a lab-made dog.
Exactly.
Thank you, Joel, for explaining that.
Yeah.
Back in a moment, your phone call, D-Live is open. The treasure chest open on D-Live. I was able to overcome anger. The spirit of anger was taken away from me. I had it. And as a result of having anger, I was insecure. I had doubt, worry, fear. I was in a fallen state and didn't know it. And it wasn't until I went and forgave my mother, who tried to turn me away from my father. I forgave my father for not being there and returned back to him. My spirit connected with his spirit, and through him, I was able to return to God. And I have perfect peace. Perfect love casts out anger. And when anger is gone, fear and doubt, worry, insecurity, suicidal thoughts, all of that is gone. And you are free. Amazon.com, Barnes & Noble, or if you want an autographed copy, you can go to my website at rebuildingtheman.com or call 800-411-BOND. Amazing. The treasure chest is now open on D-Live in case you missed it, all right? The Hake report is coming up at 9 a.m. right at the top of this hour. The Hake, H-A-K-E report.com. And James Hake that's what I said. Hey, the treasure chest is now open in case I missed it. Or in case you missed it. James Hake is on fire. And then at 11 a.m., right after the Hake report, Joel Friday TV. He black. And after him, the American Anchor Baby. The American Anchor Baby is coming up at 12 noon. On fire with energy given to him by God. Amazing. And some of you might remember me telling you that we now have the 7 guaranteed step to spiritual, family, and financial success guide in paperback again. We had some new ones printed up, and we're ready. You can order an amazing little pocket guide. We use it in our entrepreneur program. We have an entrepreneur program where we teach guys either how to start businesses or how to enhance their businesses. And we use this as an example of how to do it. 7 guaranteed steps. If you do them, they will work. Even if you don't have a business, you have a job, and you just want to have an extra added life, it will work for you if you do it. It's a little guide, and I will sign it to whomever you want me to. Go to rebuildingtheman.com/stores. Rebuildingtheman.com. All my books are amazing. Rebuildingtheman.com/stores. The forward on this has been done by Larry Elder. Larry did the forward on it. All right? And to subscribe and subscribe and follow and go to JLP Radio Network on the YouTube and Instagram. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Rush, rush, rush. Men Forum this Thursday night. For men only at 7 p.m. All men. And Thursday night for ladies. Let me just quickly show you this stupid woman, female, on the hood of a car trying to save a dog. Can we say fallen state? She put her own life at risk for a dog, and the dog don't even know it. The dog like, what's up? What the? New York Post. A woman was filmed desperately clinging to the hood of a speeding car in downtown Los Angeles after the thieves inside stole her French Bulldog. Watch this from ABC.
Terrifying video of a woman clinging to the hood of a speeding car. Inside that vehicle, her stolen French Bulldog.
I thought I was going to die. I just was like, this is it.
Allie Zacharias and her dog.
Let's start it over. Let me know when you get it ready again. Amazing. People, animals are just animals. And all human beings are animals in nature when they have anger. So that's why you think the dog is feeling what you're feeling. Let me go to Daniel out of Texas. Daniel, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Yeah.
Hey, Daniel.
Yes, sir.
You're on the air. Hold on, Daniel. Your phone is not clear. Let me go to, who's this from the Netherlands? First time caller out of the Netherlands, Iman. Iman, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hey, Jesse, how you doing? It's amazing talking to you.
Oh, amazing.
I just want to give a shout out. Amazing. What the?
Heard around the world by everybody and their mama.
and the mama and the daddy.
That's right. That's right.
So I just want to, first of all, I just want to give a shout out to you and your crew. Just thank you for what you've been doing and basically waking everybody up and bringing the truth out there. There was something I wanted to talk to you about, but first, before I say that, I would like to say I think it's such a big shame that the people in the U.S. don't realize what a good president Donald Trump is. The Great White Hope, as you call him.
The Great White Hope.
Yeah, and I think if they don't wake up really soon, they're going to be scratching their heads when it's all over and realize how they get in an even bigger mess if they don't re-elect him this year. So I hope the people of the U.S. will wake up eventually and see that Donald Trump is the best thing that can happen to them.
Yeah.
And my second, basically the actual question I had is I've been kind of discussing a little bit with a friend of mine. He's also a believer. He's a Christian, and he's a real Bible thumper. And I have kind of a little, I have a little, I have a little bit trouble explaining him, that the God is God, and the Son is the Son, and the Holy Spirit is the Holy Spirit.
Right.
But, like the most people, he's just completely convinced that Jesus is God, but I can't explain it very well to him. So I was hoping maybe you can explain a little bit about that a little bit more, and so I can later on make him listen to the show, and so maybe he can understand it a little bit better, and then I'll hang up so other people can call in.
I appreciate that, Iman. But Iman, don't ever try to convince anyone who God is, who Jesus is, or the Holy Spirit. You can't convince anyone, because if you convince them, all they're going to do is switch from whomever convinced them that Jesus was God. They won't know for themselves. But you're right. God is God. Jesus is the Son of God. Jesus. And the Holy Spirit is a teacher from God. He's the Holy Spirit, right? He's the teacher.
Yeah.
But people have been taught to believe a lie. Once they believe it, you can't make them disbelieve
exactly,
it.
Man.
Because
and I've been sorry to interrupt you. I've been listening to you, and exactly as you say. I don't try to convince him, but it's always, the discussion comes up because I've been sending him a few of your YouTube stuff and been looking, and he's kind of a little bit, I know a lot of people are kind of critical when they listen to you because you're just a man of black and white, there is no way in the middle, so it's the way it is.
Right.
And I think it's a little bit hard for some people to accept it, and that's why I was hoping maybe you can explain a little bit about it again, so maybe if he listens to it, he can understand it a little bit better.
Well,
but like you say, convincing people has no use. So
right. Even Jesus said he his Father are one. His Father lives in him, right? His Father sent him.
Yeah,
his Father,
exactly.
The Father is doing the work through the Son. He said that it's not me, but greater is He that's in the world is in us. He made it clear that it was his Father and not him, and that he was the Son. But
he never said he was God.
He never said
people just assume that, and it's something that's been going around in a lot of churches, to be honest.
Yeah.
So you hear that in a lot of places, and people are just convinced to it, to the point of death, you could say maybe.
Yeah.
And they look at you with big eyes when you say, no, he's not God. He never said that. They're looking at you like you're crazy. You don't believe in God. But I think they're missing the whole point. And they're making their own stuff up, actually, when they read the book. And they try to make a story around it and make it a bit more beautiful, maybe. But I think the word is the word, and it's written. And Jesus never said he was God.
They tried to make it up to get a thrill from it. But just wish your friend well, and leave him in his hell, because I guarantee you he does not have peace. He has hell. So let him stay in his hell until he's ready to come out of it. Even God would not force him out of it. He'll just leave him right in his hell.
Yeah, exactly. I always try not to force these kind of things on people, but just because the discussion was there. Also yesterday we were together, so the discussion came up, and I have a little bit trouble explaining it well to him. So that was the reason I called.
Yeah, you're quite simple. Just leave it as it is, and let him think what he wants.
Yeah. Okay, sure, we'll do. We'll do,
buddy.
Jesse.
Amazing.
Thank you. Amazing. Thank you very much for your time, and greetings to you and your crew, and thank you very much for what you're doing. Have a blessed day.
You too, buddy. Thank you so much, and stay with it. You stay with it, and your life is just going to get better.
I will, sir. I will. Thank you very much, Jesse.
All right, buddy. Amazing. Have a good one. Amazing. Heard the Netherlands, heard around the world by everybody and their mama. For the flat earthers, heard up and down the world by everybody and their mama. 888-7753-773. Adrian, a first-time caller out of Georgia on my mind. Adrian.
Hello, sir.
How are you?
I'm doing well.
Good. You're on the air.
I had a question on Friday, and you didn't get to it, but I heard your response to it a little bit. Okay. And I sat on the question, and I saw what I was looking for, kind of. And the question was, is staying present a choice? And I realize now that the darkness brings you out of the present, and the light of God brings you back into consciousness.
100%.
So it's not really a choice.
100%.
Yeah, so I sat on it, and I was able to see for myself.
Right on.
Yeah, and so I was also thinking about how I know that that's not a choice anymore, but this might be a question for people to find helpful. Is forgiving a choice too, or no?
What it is, when you realize that you were wrong for hating, for being angry, seeing that you realize that you were wrong for it is taken away from you. It's not a choice. It's just seeing that you're wrong. And it's the light of God that allows you to see. If you want to see, He would allow you to see that that's what's holding you in hell, is that your unforgiveness is keeping you there. So that's not even a choice. It's a willingness to see that you're wrong for being angry at yourself and others, because if anyone is angry, they're judging, they're playing God, and that's what the sin is to play God.
I see. So when you tell people to suffer and die, are they choosing to stay in that hell, or they couldn't help it?
Well, they can come out of their hell if they're willing to look at themselves and see that they're wrong for being angry. They can come out of that hell. But the problem is, if I may use that word, most people love their hell. They love their misery. They love their up and down feelings. So they don't want out. They want to stay in.
I see. So I also have another question, and it kind of came up to me because whenever I listen to your church services and you give a new biblical question, I hear you say, or one time I saw that you said, when you give out the biblical question, you would say, I see the busy minds working. And I know you're not supposed to think your way out of it. Right. So how do I work on myself without thoughts getting in the way? Or how do I know for sure that the wisdom that I do get is not from thoughts?
That's a good question. Just watch those thoughts and let whatever they make you think or feel, let them pass. Don't do anything that they tell you to do. And let them pass. Whether they make you feel good, let that feel good feeling pass. If they make you feel bad or whatever, let that pass. Stop identifying with it and you will have nothing else left but the wisdom, the light of God to identify with.
Okay. So, for example, the biblical question that you have for this week.
Are you afraid of not? Are you afraid you're not going to make it?
Right. And is that something that I should just sit with and it will come to me, the answer, or do I physically ask myself those kinds of questions and figure it out from there?
If you want to know the real answer to it, it will come to you. Sit with it. Do not believe what the thoughts the intellect tell you about the questions.
I see.
It will be revealed if you want to know.
Okay. I see.
Amazing, huh?
Yeah, amazing.
Are you doing the silent prayer every morning, every night?
Yes. I make sure.
Make sure stay with it. Adrian, stay with it. No matter what happened, who you lose, whatever happened, you stay with it.
Okay. Cool. And one last question. I was asking myself this is, how do you know that God exists?
When you know that you don't know, you shall know. Because the intellect would tell you that he does and give you all this stuff. That's not knowing it. That's just those are just ideas. But when you know that you don't know, you will know.
I see.
So let all the ideas go that you've been taught by God, what you've read about God and all that. Don't hold on to those ideas because that's intellectual, and the intellect hate God. So just let it go and just realize, I really don't know. And it will be shown, you will know.
I see. Yeah, and I remember that too because I once heard you say there's no questions in the real self.
Yes.
And you just know.
Absolutely.
So I do realize that I have to sit with it.
Right on.
Admit that I don't know.
That's all you need to do. And don't let the intellect tell you that you do know, you do know. It's lying to you. Let it pass. Let those thoughts pass.
All right. Sounds good.
Amazing. Call me again, man. Stay with it.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Amazing question. Probing, seeking questions. Super chat.
Super
chats. On buymeacoffee.com, Amazing Asia says, Big Barb here. Rap beef is entertaining when they keep it in the music. Nicki Minaj is the queen of rap. Definitely. I noticed I was heavily enthralled in the rap beef, and it caused me to beef with someone in the chat yesterday during church. Apologies to Uriel. Gotta be careful what you watch and listen to because the spirit of it can consume you if you aren't paying attention. Hashtag Bigfoot.
Amazing. Thank you.
P.S. Nikki needs to respond to Ben Shapiro because he threw a stray at her on a new song he has about offending people. Nice.
Amazing. Thank you.
Ricky Rabbit Canada bought 3 coffees. Thanks, Jesse. I was never taught to forgive my mama, but she did tell me my daddy was evil since a boy, so I never seen him up till he died when I was 20. I married mama, and when she died, I had so much anger. I moved back with my actual mama at age 26, but now, age 31, I'm anger-free. And I see I have to stop looking after mama. Satan guilt trips me now because she doesn't work, but I want truckloads of white babies and a wife of my own. Alpha males have rabbits as pets, by the way.
Thank you. Stay with it. I wish you well. Amazing.
Amazing Asia bought another coffee. Hey, Jesse, ever since I've been paying close attention to my emotions, it's prevented me from crying. I'd be ready to cry, and before I found you, I would let a huge snotty cry out and feel better, but now tears never come. What's a new way I can deal with all these emotions and feel a big release? The big cry used to feel so good, and I guess I miss it.
Amazing. The way you deal with it, just watch it and do nothing. Don't identify with it. Don't try to control it. Don't call it good or evil. Take no action. Just watch it. And then the rest of it, it'll be done for you. Thank you.
One person, last name Heat, bought 3 coffees. Where my dog at? Shout out to Hassan. We understand. If you not a Frenchie owner, you just don't know. Triple exclamation mark. Punchy is soon to be in production. It will be the best JLP AI. Stay tuned.
Amazing.
P.S. Hake The name is something Heat, not Mr. Heat. Well, sorry, Mr. or Mrs. or Mrs. Heat or whatever. I just can't say it. It doesn't sound right. But thank you, sir or ma'am or miss.
Thank you. Amazing.
Amazing Asia bought a coffee. These dog owners are something else. Hassan would be so sad if Sandy died and would have probably taken the day off. But his friend has been murdered and he's at work like nothing happened. Shocking. Emoji.
That's a good point. He ain't crying over his friend, but he cried over the dog. What a mess. Amazing. Thank you.
And shout out to the top contributors, Maverick Angel, yes, WD41, Stan 60 Nan, and the rest of the supporters on D Live. Appreciate you guys. And that's all for now.
Thank you all. I appreciate it. Thank you. So, man, you crying over a dog, but you ain't crying over the human being.
It's a good point.
That is a good. What the? Let me go to Frederick. Oh, I forgot that. Sean, you reminded me. Thank you. Frederick out of New York. You're on the air.
Hello. Good morning. Almost afternoon, Jesse.
Yes. Hey, Frederick.
So I have a concern or whatever. I called a little bit ago about the silent prayer. How when I was doing it, but I started realizing that I was falling asleep during doing it.
Yes.
So now I'm not doing it every day, but I am doing it for the majority of days. And what I'm starting to realize is that it seemed like, and I've forgiven my mother, and I've forgiven a lot of other people that have done me dirty or whatever. But it just seems like the anger is just like almost like there, and it's just building up, and it's gotten like worse for some reason. I mean, I find myself almost getting angry at everything: the immigration, the state that women are in, my employment situation. It seems like everything is like fueling anger, and it's like to the point where I'm angry that I have this anger because I don't want it. I don't care about half of this stuff.
Yeah.
But
and your question is what?
For some reason,
because of time, your question is what?
Why does it seem like I have more anger the more I forgive and the more I do a silent prayer?
Because stop identifying with the anger. It's not you. It's the spirit of anger now that knows that you see it and it's having a hissy fit because it doesn't want to depart from your body, and it's trying to make you think that is you. So when it does rise up, just notice it, but don't call it you. Just see it. It is not you, and it will be taken away from your body, your mind and body, when you stop identifying. It's not you, buddy. Just watch it.
And I can say that that's how I know it's not me, and to me, I don't care, but it's something else that's angry at almost anything.
Yes.
That doesn't go, you know what I mean? Like, and
it doesn't want to leave you. That's why I keep reacting, because it's got to depart from you. Just stay calm, stay patient, and watch. And I'm telling you, don't call it. Don't ever say it's me. Don't say, oh, that anger is me. I feel it's not you. You do feel it, but it's not you. And it will be taken away from you. It's not you. You're doing fine.
Okay, because I feel like I'm in the worst part of hell right now. I don't know.
That's the part that's dying. In order to live, that must die. It's all ego. It's all evil, and it's not you. Let it die, and you shall live. You'll be fine.
So just don't react to it. Don't overreact to it.
At all. Just watch it. That's all you need to do. And don't call it you.
That seems so easy. I'm gonna keep at it, and because I need it right now. It's, like I said, I seem like I'm drowning, but like you said, it's not me.
Right.
It's that.
It's dying. It's that not you that's dying. It's been taken away from you. Thank you, Frederick. Call me again, buddy.
Awesome.
He's going to cut us off. All right. I'm out of time. The Hake Report is coming up now. And then join our Friday TV at 11 a.m. Pacific time. And the Anchor Baby at 12. Get on the straight and narrow. Stay there. The dogs are made in a lab. They're not even real. What's up? Thank you, Joey, on Friday. He told us. I'll be back on Tuesday, tomorrow, Hooping the Holiday. Country and Western. Have a good one. Thank you for your support. And all to the callers, call me back. I'm out of time. Thank you all. Away. So, here's what I recommend. I invite you to download my silent prayer, and I want you to start doing it. You just download it, get the points of how to do it, and then after a while, you just do it on your own. It's going to point you in the right direction that your life will be returned to you from God. He will give you your life back, because anyone and all people who has anger, they're not themselves. You are the person that you are angry at. That's why it's so important to get to know yourself so that you can see who you're angry at. And if you're doing the hooping and hollering prayers and things like that, some people get up, oh, praise the Lord, hoop and holler, bless my mama, bless my daddy. Continue to do it. Do both. You will see if you want to stay with the hooping and hollering or do you want to be still and know God. So my gift to you, no charge, at rebuildingtheman.com/church. Anytime you have situations happening in your life, always be still. Don't overreact. Most of the people that I know, they say, oh, I know Jesus. I love Jesus. I'm an observer. And as soon as something don't go their way, they get mad. I'm like, what the? If you overreact, folks, remember to do that. Don't overreact. And when you get mad, it's your problem. It ain't your wife's problem, your husband's problem, your neighbor, your friend, your preacher, your teacher. It's your problem. Why you think you tick? It didn't go your way or the way you think it should go. Don't have a way you think it should go. Let life just happen. Thoughts make you think that life should go the way you want it to go. And if it doesn't, if someone don't do or say or act the way you think they should act, you hate them. And then you blame them for being mad. It's the darndest thing I ever seen. But it's amazing to see it. So relax.